Hey guys, welcome to day 2 of Build in Public. Good to have you here. And today I'm going to talk about a couple things, but mainly how freaking excited I am about the SEO Testing Group. All right, so let me rewind a little bit. So you guys may or may not know who Dimitri Morgan and Kyle Sabra are, but basically I ended up meeting them in person. Kyle doesn't live too far from here, and Dimitri lives like 20 minutes away from me. So we ended up doing a meetup in person, and I highly encourage you to meet people, to meet SEOs who are close to you, or at the very least do Zooms, right? Because it's in those moments when you might be talking about SEO or a particular strategy, or the fact that you're trying to grow a Facebook group and something's working, this isn't working. Like these other people that you're going to meet, they might already have experience in that. And so they're going to show you or talk to you about, hey, that strategy is the bomb, right? Like your group's going to take off. Or yeah, you know what? I build backlinks this way, but hey, here's a cherry on top, right? So anyways, I ended up meeting them. We met up at Dimitri's place, and let me tell you, it was a blast from beginning to end. We hung out at Dimitri's castle. We jokingly call it a castle. It's a nice house with a pool and everything and a grill. So we talked about aliens, ghosts, SEO part 1, SEO part 2, SEO part 3. Then there was a Barbie floating in Dimitri's pool, just random acts happening, and then we would return to SEO and like what we believe, right? Like things we believe about life and God and this and that. I don't even remember, right? But it was an exciting day nevertheless. But oh, I just lost my train of thought. I really had a point here. So anyways, when you meet people, like what can happen is ideas can kind of spark, right? So that's exactly what happened with me. And I should have made notes because really there was a very specific thought and it's bothering me. Oh, yeah. Okay. Back to it. All right. So, you know, having come out of a partnership, I don't want to be partnered with other people necessarily, right? But it really does feel good to have real friends in the industry, if that makes sense, right? Now, where I'm going with this, we're gonna come to a conclusion here. So, anyways, what I found out about Kyle is that in the past he had an SEO testing group, right? And when we sat down and we were talking about SEO stuff, like we all started talking about the tests Kyle had done and the little tests I do behind the scenes and Dimitri talking about some strategies and stuff. So then I came home and over the next few days this ball started rolling, right? This idea had sparked and I was like, dude, I want to have an SEO testing group because this is what I love to do. Like I like doing client work, right? Like I enjoy it. It pays well, right? And I love doing it. I love having great clients too. But there's something about playing mad scientist on your own sites, right? So then I was like, okay, I really want an SEO testing group, but it sounds really fucking overwhelming, right? And like, I mean, think about it this way. You've got to market it, you've got to build it. And within the building it part, I don't mean just like the platform on which you're going to build it. You also have to come up with a test, and testing can be very time intensive. All right. In the next few days, I'll discuss like one of the details of one of the tests, right? Anyways, so then we started talking and like, stuff just kind of happens naturally. So what ended up happening is that I've made these two really cool friends in the Azure space. Don't tell them that I call them cool because their heads are gonna just fucking like swell up, right? So they've agreed to help me here and there with some of the testing, right? And then I was like, I get to do what I love and I get to do it with people that are cool. Don't tell them. Like I said, don't let this get back to them, right? So this SEO testing group, we've got some crazy tests coming right off the bat. And we're conducting some really clean tests. And I'm calling it the SEO testing group because I haven't finalized the name, but it's going to be done in January because it's launching in the first week of February. The first week of February. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm checking the calendar. On the 5th. Okay. On the 5th of February, it is launching. And so I'm going to tell you a couple things about it if you're interested. If you're not, that's cool too. But some of the tests we're doing, where did the browser go? Okay, here we go. So I am doing a very thorough keyword density test. Okay. I have a control page at 0%, then 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% keyword density. Then I jumped to 13, 15, 17, and 20%. And this one test does not have the same keyword in its meta title, H1, and what else? The URL. Okay. Now, The second test I do is going to be at all of those keyword density levels at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%, right? Each one of those pages, and then 13, 15, 17, and 20. But it will have an optimized, H1, meta title, and a URL. Okay. And now it does take time to set up these tests. And I'm going to go through that maybe tomorrow or day after, whenever the mood hits me, right? But these things take time. And the idea I brought up, and Kyle and Dimitri sounded really excited about it, is we're not going to just test these things for 2 weeks or a month. I'm going to have test results at the 30-day mark, 60-day mark, 90-day mark, and possibly at the 180-day mark, right? I want there to be longevity to these tests. Okay. What else? Other tests that Kyle and Dimitri are doing. So we're doing a couple citation tests, just citations by themselves. Are they fucking useless or not? Right? If they help us rank, we're going to see how much. We're going to share the results with you. And if they don't, they don't, right? And then we're going to have citations, but with a certain type of backlinks pointing to them, right? What else? There's a whole list here, and I don't want to give it all away, but this is going to be a lot of fun. There's some ads tests that actually tie into SEO a bit, and they're going to be fascinating too, because Dimitri kills it with ads on Facebook and Google. I'm going to be doing more internal linking tests, schema tests. I know Kyle has nerded out about RDF triples. That's a whole nother thing, and it's really freaking cool. What else? We're going to be testing on-page and off-page tools. Guys, this is going to be super exciting. So there's so many tools to test. And because it's wintertime, the sun is setting, it looks like a dark dungeon in here, so I'm going to get this finished in just a minute. Now, if you're interested in this, here are a couple things you need to know. There are only ever going to be 300 other SEOs, 300 SEOs total that will get into this SEO testing group. Okay. It will be limited to 300 SEOs at a time. Okay. That's it. Now, this will only be open to 100 people on February 5th. Okay. Because I'm going to make sure that everything's working well. And we're only going to allow 100 people. And okay, as a thank you to these 100 people for being a member of Local SEO Phoenix and joining the SEO paid testing group, or paid SEO testing group, I don't know which way it should be, we're going to give a massive discount. What that discount is, I can't tell you right now, and I'll tell you why. But it's going to be the biggest discount we will give out, or I will give out as a thank you. And it will not be given again, period. Because it's pretty low pricing, if I'm being frank with you. For the information we'll be giving, for the amount of effort we're putting in here, I know myself that the keyword density test, once I reveal the details of it, you'll see why it took time. Okay. Not to mention everything, whatever the data shows is going to directly benefit you and your clients. Because if you see that a test that I did, or Kyle did, or Dimitri did resulted in a massive, or even a little bit of a rankings jump, now you have this piece of information and you're going to implement it on, client sites, right? And if there's a strategy that tanked, right, to stay the fuck away from it and not to use it on your client sites. This should be thousands of dollars. And because it's new, right, because we're conducting the test and it's not built up, it's not like a repository or anything, this is why the pricing is going to be low. Now, let me show you one thing before I let you go. I'll tell you why I can't reveal the pricing today, but that could change in the next few days. Hopefully you can see my browser now. Let's see, where did it go? Okay, this post right here. Okay, I made it a couple days ago. And this post says, if 100 people leave a comment that says, where did it go? I love SEO. I love SEO. Oh, there's more. Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. I will leave, once it hits 100 comments, I will leave the pricing information, right? I will hand that out to you. I will give you a lot more information. So I'm waiting for it to hit 100. It says we're at 57 comments. So if you're going to do me a couple favors, right? Because we're friends here. One, hit like on this video, hit subscribe, or you can leave me a comment, right? You can ask me a question. You can tell me I rock, whatever you want to do. Okay. 2, you're going to go to Local SEO Phoenix. If you're not a member, join. If you are, awesome. Okay, much love to you and prosperity, right? And leave me a comment saying, I love SEO. That's it. How easy is that, you guys? All right. Stop the share. Okay, so that's it. Like this community, I am super stoked about because when I got into SEO, right, like it was all about testing and experimenting and seeing where I got the results. And that's how I ended up building my career in on-page and on-site SEO. But now where I am, right? I don't build backlinks, or well, I didn't used to, right? Now I've been testing backlinking tools and stuff, but now we're going to be able to like quantify it on some level, the results that we achieve and how much certain strategies or certain tools, like how well they work, right? So we're back to the playground. I'm back to the playground. But anyways, if you love nerding out, you're gonna want to leave me a comment saying I love SEO. You're gonna want to hit like because I want to continue making these and knowing that you guys are enjoying these episodes. All right, that's it. I will see you tomorrow.